Hey riders, thanks for joining me today. I'm out on a demo on the Royal Enfield Super Meteor, a bike I've been really interested in as a fan of cruisers. So borrowed this from Super Motorcycles near Wellingborough, and it's a Royal Enfield demo day today, so I've got on this and I'm going to be riding the Scram afterwards. So first impressions, it is yeah, definitely very cruise like and a lovely riding position, very laid back, feet forward riding position, but not too forward. This is actually really comfortable. Your arms are really in a really natural place, to be honest. Yeah, straight away I'm enjoying the riding position. So we just got out of Cupid, just riding through town, and first impressions through town. This is literally just first impressions. Very sweet handling bike at these low speeds, taking the corners really well. Some cruisers you have to sort of muscle around bends, don't you? But so far it's feeling pretty nice, actually, very neutral. So let's start getting on some faster roads, and we'll see how she copes there. So I rode the 350 Meteor earlier, no, last year I think, and really enjoyed that bike. It surprised me so much, and I've been wanting to try this particular bike since they first came out. Very interested to see how it performs. So out on the open road. So this is 650cc, so I think it's about 40 odd horsepower. So it's not going to blow your socks off, but feels peppy enough. The engine so far feels reasonably flexible as well. So yeah, as expected, it is national speed limit, and the national speed limit, you're on a cruiser, so you're fully exposed to the wind. There's no getting away from it, but I'm sure you can pretty much get screens and stuff for them, so that wouldn't concern me too much. In terms of comfort, the seat feels very nice. The bars are nice and wide, yet everything feels really natural. Your feet are in a nice relaxed position. Not feeling too much pressure on my back. Yeah, comfort wise, apart from the wind blast, spot on. Loving it. So, view from the cockpit, you got this pretty neat display. So you got your analog speedo, you got a little digital readout, and you got your fuel gauge and gear indicator. I think it's only got, yeah, no, it's got 6 gears actually. Yeah, it's got 6 gears. I mean, the 6 gears at 60 miles an hour, about 55, not much happens. But if we drop it down to 4th, there's enough poke there to, you know, have a little bit of fun. You're not going to win any drag races, but then again, that's not what this bike is about. gearbox feels really sweet. I found that on the Meteor. I was quite surprised. On the smaller Meteor, I was quite surprised. Actually quite slick. Clutchless, no problem at all. Yep. Just a little blip and trick it down. Can't go too mad because obviously I'm in a group ride, but it's surprisingly revvy. I mean, in second gear, 40 miles an hour. Very nice. The engine is pretty quiet. Definitely needs a nice decent aftermarket exhaust on there. In terms of vibrations, there's surprisingly little actually. I mean, you can feel a few tingles, but no, it's fine. Oh, also I forgot with the clocks earlier, I forgot to mention you got that tripper little system there. I think you can get connect your phone and get a sat nav and all sorts in there. But again, this is just a test ride, so I'm not going to go over any of the finer details. I'm sure if you're interested in this bike, you'll look them up, and there's also much more professional YouTubers out there who'll go over everything. Very, very nice round these bends. So brakes, can't go too mad because there's people behind me. They're not eye-popping, but there's enough power there to haul it up. I'm not going to be able to do a full-on brake test because I don't want someone crashing into the back of me, but yeah, feel fine. Third gear at 20, pretty flexible, although you can tell it rather be in second, but it's doing okay. And you got your mirrors, which are the Mickey Mouse type. Hello. But they do sort of look okay on this bike. They're in keeping with the character. So low speed. This is brilliant. This is such a well balanced bike. It's unreal. This is a good looking bike as well. It's I would say it's probably, as a cruiser fan, it's probably my favourite Royal Enfield, looking Royal Enfield. In terms of build quality, everything seems okay. All the switch gear is a typical Royal Enfield, and all feels good to use, and I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but it's functional, which is exactly what you want on this type of bike. So around town this is really well behaved. You've obviously got your ABS, but no traction control, because you don't really need it on this kind of bike, do you? I mean, it's nice, it would be nice to have it as a safety net just in case you catch a bit of gravel or something, but you don't really need it. Loving that, aren't you? Excellent. Good to see some learners out. So these low speeds, the clutch is really light. Very, very light. That's a very nice clutch to use. Very well controlled. Suspension wise, you got those upside down forks, which some people may think is a bit of an overkill on this kind of bike, but I think they look pretty cool. And so far I've got no complaints. Everything feels really well settled. Get a good feel for everything the chassis is doing. So one bike I could compare this bike to that I've actually owned is the venerable 883 Sportster from Harley. I've owned a couple of them over the years, and I would say this is probably a reasonable competitor to that bike. And I mean, in terms of how it makes you feel, it hasn't quite got the wow factor of the Harley, but it's obviously a lot more functional. And a lot more refined. And brakes and suspension are definitely better on this. And tank size as well. I think it's got a 15 litre tank or something like that, which is miles better than a Sportster. Having said all that, I mean, if you jazz this up a bit with a few aftermarket parts, which I know are not going to be available, you could get yourself something that looks pretty cool. And I'll be honest, actually, I'm coming back to the engine. It is actually quite a flexible unit. It's not grumbling, but fifth gear at 30 miles an hour, it's not complaining. It's just getting on with it. I think the only thing that would concern me when going around those bends is decking the pegs out, which I think if you own this bike you're going to end up doing it. Everything about this bike just feels pure, I'd say. Pure, unadulterated motorcycling. It's easy going. Relaxing. Do you know what? I would love to have one of these in the garage or shed for those days where you don't want to go like a bat out of hell and you just want to enjoy a nice little countryside bimble. Yeah, that suspension is coping really well. I'm deliberately trying to find some bumps now, but yeah, it's coping with everything very, very well. I see this has got a pretty low seat height as well, combined with those feet forward pegs. If you're a short rider, you'll have no problems with this bike at all. I'm so confident in this bike at low speeds. I'll let them go ahead a bit and try and get a bit of a lick on for research purposes. Oh, look at that. That gearbox is absolutely fine with clutchless upshifts or downshifts. What a beauty. I'm really enjoying this bike. Broad Enfield, you've done a cracking job on this. I was impressed with the smaller version, but this is just lovely. I can just imagine myself riding this on a Sunday afternoon, sun blazing, pinning on the back, and just heading out for a nice cup of coffee somewhere. So what kind of rider is this Super Meteor aimed at? I would say this would be a perfect first bike for someone, as well as a perfect bike for someone who just wants to slow down and take it easy. So dare I say it, people that are just getting older, I want something a bit more manageable. This feels so light on its feet. That you wouldn't have any problems moving this about at all. Stick a screen on this and you can tour, no problem at all. Not sure it would go too up touring with all your luggage, but for one person it would be absolutely fine. Obviously, if you want a bike that does 110 miles an hour everywhere, then yeah, this look away now. This is not the bike for you. But if you're not the type of rider that likes getting your knee down at every corner, this is definitely an interesting proposition. If you're a cruiser fan, this is definitely a bike worthy of consideration. So all the controls feel really, really nice to use. Switch gear is fine. Brake levers, clutch lever, absolutely everything feels really nice to use. So I think this bike comes in at I think about £7,500 at the moment at current prices. And for what you get for your money, I think that's a fair price. Criticisms, I'll say the speedo, the numbers are a little bit difficult to read if you just want to have a quick glance. Apart from that, I'm struggling, to be honest. I mean, it's a well-spec bike for what it is. It's got a lovely flexible engine. Gearbox feels nice, suspension feels nice. The tyres are maybe a bit of an unknown quantity. Seat, C-E-A-T. So maybe put that on the list of negatives, but it might not even be what we find. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, a little bit more poke through the engine would be nice, but it is what it is. So on this high speed bumpy road, I've given the suspension a proper test, and the rear feels firmer than the front. So I'm guessing it will be adjustable for preload. But yeah, I was definitely feeling some bumpage from the rear, but nothing unsettling, just noticeable. I'll open her up a little bit. Good fun. I'll tell you what else I've noticed as well, which is a nice touch. The clutch and brake levers are adjustable. There's a little wheel there, so that's a very nice touch from Royal Enfield. Quite often bikes don't have adjustable levers and it's a pain in the backside. And so on that note, I'm going to conclude and give you my thoughts on this Super Meteor, on this 45-minute test ride. What a cracking little cruiser. Lovely machine, looks great, handles well, nice cycle parts. And if you like the look of it, test ride one. And if you're in the market for a cruiser style bike, definitely put this on your shopping list. Gonna leave it there for now, guys. Till next time, thanks for riding with me. See you on the next one.